Well, hello, boys and girls, YouTube world. Today we're going to be looking at a knife. Now, I don't know how many of you watch Old Brat Rider. Very pleasant, very easy chap to watch and listen to, and he shows us all sorts of wonderful things, including, in a recent video, an American government issue knife made in stainless steel, and he thought that that was possibly because it might be used for cutting fuses or playing with ordnance or something. Because as we all know, you don't get a spark off stainless steel, and as we all know, if you do work with explosives of any sort, the one thing you really don't want is unexpected sparks. They can shorten your career considerably. Oh, my phone going ping. I wonder what that's all about. Now, I'm not going to take the mickey. Oh yes I am. I dug this out of my garden. It's a similar-ish sort of knife for a similar-ish sort of purpose or set of purposes. It's got a blade, it's got a sort of spiky thing, and it's got another blade, and it's got another blade, and it's got wooden handles, and it's got rust. I just thought you might like to see that. That's sort of what happens if you throw them in the garden. It's all bent and distorted and horrible. I don't know, I might chuck it in some vinegar and see what it does, but I suspect really the right place to throw that is probably in the bin. I don't know whether it's French government or German government, or whether it was just 2 and 6pence at the local Woolworths. I really don't know. Well, it wouldn't be 2 and 6pence at the local Woolworths, because first of all, this is France, and secondly, there isn't a Woolworths. But there, I thought you'd like that. I've got other things to be doing besides playing with rusty knives. Now, one of the sort of daily issues for me with this wonderful house is what to do next. You know, do I do woodwork? Do I do masonry? Do I paint? And, you know, in some respects, having so much of everything to do means that I can allow the job to tell me what to do, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. Now, I've been making doors and shutters. They all need sort of finishing and what have you. I've made the replacement door to go on that side. Ignore the old toot in there, that's got to be tidied out and taken to the tip. I've made the replacement for this door. What I need to do, I haven't painted it yet, but the replacement itself is made. What I need to do is get that ironwork off and clean down and painted and all that sort of good thing. But not really a priority, not the most important thing to be doing. What, however, is an important thing is I want to have dinner tonight. That's a neighbour's house. That's quite pretty, isn't it? I want to have dinner tonight, and I've got food. That's not a problem. What I haven't got a pile of right at this moment is firewood. Yeah, I wonder, do you reckon that door will cook my dinner for me? We'll give it a go anyway. It's amazing what you can do in 5 minutes with a Swiss Army knife, isn't it? Yeah, that will cook my dinner for me tonight. That's good. Now, of course, clever people will be able to tell you what the calorific value of old softwood is. It ain't a lot, let me tell you. It will burn very quickly. It will give out a lot of very short-term temporary heat. But within this door are the braces.
and for reasons best known only to the maker of it, they are oak. That burns slower and gives off a good amount of heat. So yeah, that's enough for me to cook my dinner tonight.
Now there's a funny thing. The first time I turned my bathroom sink tap on, which is almost a year ago now, it was a veritable fountain. It allowed you to wash and clean your teeth and all those things that one is supposed to do. However, just lately it's reduced to a trickle. Now, some of the clue is in the name of the town. The town is Azay-le-Ferron. We have a high proportion of iron in the what's the proper name? Someone help me here. The proper name for the rocks beneath the clay. And we get a lot of iron in the water. So I've pulled this thing out, and I'm not surprised that I'm only getting a trickle out of it. This is the spray nozzle off the end of the tap, and it's almost blocked. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time just pull that apart and clean it. Well, good morning, good morning. What is it? It's Monday, 18th of February 2019. I've already achieved a little bit. What have we done so far? I've been to Mézières-en-Brenne, to the Déchetterie. That's the tip to you and me, or yeah. And I've thrown some rubbish away, which was good. I bought a baguette, a French stick loaf, and yeah, the weather, well, it's glorious. It's chilly. It's only 3.5 degrees centigrade. For me that's chilly. I know for some of you that's positively balmy. But we'll rush back to La Maison and see how much we can get done today.
Well, good afternoon. Lovely weather. Really too good to be indoors, and I've been messing about doing different things. And then there's bits of the job that you feel a need to share with people. Now, we did have the idea that this front door was going to be disposed of and replaced with a big fancy thing that the previous owner left us. That was until we put a tape measure across the gap and found that the huge front door that the previous owner left us doesn't fit this space, and to fit it would involve an awful lot of, well, structural work. So we looked at this door very carefully and thought, I don't know, it's seen better days, but I think it is restorable, and it's a classic sort of door. The other thing is, it's been modified over the centuries that it actually on the bottom has the same slope as the floor, so it makes sense to repair and sort this door out. Now, if we look here, this door is held together mainly with little square wooden pegs, and that's mortise and tenon. That's tenoned into a mortise, cut into that piece, and then it's pegged through. And in places we find that those little pegs are beginning to creep out, which is not good. And you sort of think, oh, what do I do about that? Well, it's quite simple. You bosh them. Nothing wrong with a little bosh. Let me get a boshy sort of thing. Where are we? There's one that's sticking out. Now it's not sticking out. Another one that's sticking out. longer sticking out. How about that? See, repair. Oh, it still sticks out a little bit. Yeah, the paint has got to be attacked, and things have got to have sort of bits of preserver and filler and what have you put in it. But I do think this door is not only savable, but actually worth saving. It's going to change colour somewhat. The last I was told, it's going to be a sort of ivory cream sort of colour, which I think will look good. Because what I'm supposed to be doing is cutting and trimming boards to board out that roof up in the upper room. But what a joy it is to keep walking backwards and forwards to the workshop, waiting for these assorted, I'll say daffodils, they're, you know, possibly narcissi, waiting for them to open. They're going to be pretty, aren't they? Already got flowers. I don't know, are they primulas? Yeah, this bed will be quite pretty very shortly. The gap in the middle is where the peony was. Of course, it's too early for that, but boy, that was a beauty last year, so no reason to think it won't be this. And look at this glorious weather. I'm only really sort of saying this just to gee poor old George up and all those other people that are knee deep in snow, shoulder deep in snow. Well, I think I ought to clean it and tune it, don't you? But it's a little bit worrying when there's pops and things going off on the fire. I've got it well stacked up. You can see it's roasting hot in here, which is wonderful. Time for bed, really, isn't it?